Comment. Joining me now is Democratic Congressman Krishnamoorthi from Illinois. He serves on the House Oversight Committee. Congressman, thank you for coming back on the show.
Oh, good morning, Hallie.
And we should note that Barrick's representatives have defended themselves and their client to the New York Times, to others, insisting that there was no wrongdoing, if you will. Can you talk about how Barrick used his personal connections, in your view, to try to win support from this, for this deal?
Well, thanks to the work by the committee under the leadership of Chairman Cummings, essentially, we now know that Tom Barrick, surprise, surprise, tried to rush sensitive nuclear technology without proper safeguards to Saudi Arabia in return for money for himself and his company. And this is extremely dangerous because, as you know, the Saudis have violated all kinds of international norms recently, including murdering Jamal Khashoggi, along with engaging in a terrible war in Yemen. And to give them access to sensitive nuclear technology when we can't even trust them with a bone saw is completely unacceptable. And this is something that I believe has been rejected on a bipartisan basis in Congress.
So what does all of this tell you about the level of foreign influence that may have hung over the Donald Trump campaign?
The tremendous amount of foreign influence. Michael Flynn was a paid consultant for a company called IP3, which was to lead these efforts to rush this sensitive nuclear technology. Michael Flynn, as you know, was the national security advisor for Donald Trump. And Michael Flynn, at the time that he was national security advisor, was trying to basically promote the interests of countries like Saudi Arabia, and not to mention other countries like Russia and Turkey and others, when he should have been putting America first. Supposedly their slogan, but apparently it was a slogan in name only, in words only.
Bottom line here, how do you put this into plain English, what this means for people who may not be so engaged in this? Sort of put a pin on it.
I think that basically the Trump administration is putting profits over the public interest. In this case, the profits of their donors, of people that are closely connected to them. And this is deeply, deeply concerning. The second issue is they talk about America first, but oftentimes they're putting foreign interests first ahead of, again, what's in the best interest of America. And that's why I believe in this Congress we have to reject these actions on the part of the Trump administration, especially in rushing sensitive nuclear technology to the Saudis who want to develop a nuclear weapon. That's completely unacceptable, especially in a region as dangerous as the Middle East, in a region where we're already trying to contain Iran, and in a region where obviously we have strategic allies like Israel and others.
Congressman, before I let you go, I want to ask you about the news of the day, some of it from the beat that I typically cover, which is over at the White House. President Trump, as I'm sure you've seen, defending his continued attacks against Congressman Elijah Cummings, against the city of Baltimore, and other prominent African-American Democrats. I want to know how you think the House should or could respond to this, and your own personal reaction.
I think the reason why he's doing this is because Elijah Cummings is effective. He's effective as an excellent chairman of the Oversight Committee. The president doesn't like it. He doesn't like the fact that Chairman Cummings led the way in removing the census, the citizenship question from the census. He doesn't like his oversight with regard to immigration or on this nuclear issue with regard to Saudi Arabia or on security clearance matters. That's why he's going after Elijah Cummings. He's also trying to distract attention away from the fact that he can't deliver on his pocketbook promises, such as lowering prescription drug costs or rebuilding America's infrastructure. And he's distracting attention away from the corruption and unethical practices that are rife in his administration. I find his attacks deeply distressing and completely unacceptable. But we as Democrats have to now focus on trying to deliver on those pocketbook priorities and exposing the wrongdoing of this administration, even at the same time that we condemn the president and his tweets and his actions and his behavior.
Congressman Krishnamoorthi, thank you.